guys, my name is Lisa Cimorelli, for those of you that don't know me, and today I'm going to tell the story of when I shaved my head. I'm going to talk about my struggle with low self-esteem, living for approval from guys, my tumultuous breakup that led me to cut 22 inches off my hair, and my epic moment of freedom when I finally buzzed my head. So I guess we need to start with the backstory. And again, for those of you who don't know who I am or don't know me, I used to have really long hair. It was like down past the top of my pants. It was really, really long. And I was kind of like known for it in a way. Everyone's always like, oh, Lisa, her long hair. I was very attached to it. Like I put a lot of pressure on it myself because I noticed that people noticed it. So that made me be like, oh, okay, I am the girl with long hair. Before that, I had just always put a lot of pressure on my appearance, which led me to grow my hair really long because I noticed like, oh, my hair does really well with that and people really like that. So that's something that I can get attention for, like subconsciously. My appearance was just always basically all that I saw in myself, and it was weird because internally I knew like, oh, I'm a smart person, I have talents, I have skills, I have opinions to share, but somehow I would always just push all of that down and just be like, my appearance is number one. As long as I look pretty, as long as my hair is beautiful and nice, I have good makeup, whatever, like people will love me. That's all I need to worry about. And I really stifled myself, and this was from age 15 or 16, and that lasted until I was 23. So, you know, 7 or 8 years. So when I turned 22, this had been going on for a while, my low self-esteem. And I was also a late bloomer with dating. I had all this confidence in my appearance, but I also was really insecure, like, how come I've never dated anyone? And like, I've never had a boyfriend, and why don't guys even ask me out? Like, sometimes they'll talk to me, but it doesn't really ever go anywhere. Like, there's something wrong with me. What's going on? Everyone's getting into relationships and dating, and you know, have all these guys talking to them, and I don't have any of that. But I was like, if I look pretty, guys will at least look at me and talk to me. So it went even deeper, and at this point it had been going on for a long time. The year that I turned 22 was the first time that a guy pursued me, and I started to realize some internal problems. The very first guy that ever pursued me, you know, there's all this like excitement and like, oh, I can't believe someone would look at me or speak to me. Wow, I'm so shook. Like I really did not think anything of myself, so I was in shock that someone like wanted me. But through that experience, this particular guy started to like pull away more and more as time went by, and I really took that on myself. Like I kept wanting to just go back to the beginning and be like, oh, but he used to like me, so if I can just send him a really pretty selfie and be like, look, I just washed my hair, you know, my long hair, and he loved my long hair too. I'd be like, then I can win him back. And oh, if I'm just like really nice and flirty and say all the right things on the phone, I can win him back. Like I literally, the first month or so was good, and I went on for 5 months after that trying to get back to the first month, and it just kept getting worse and worse and worse. And I was feeling more and more and more down on myself because I thought that someone was finally going to love me and like my dreams were coming true, and then it was like ripped out from under me kind of, and I was like, oh my gosh, what happened? Like I didn't understand that maybe just people could grow apart or something. Another guy pursued me right after that. This one was even more intense. So at first I was like, oh, this is everything that I wanted the other guy to be. Like he's so attentive, he's so communicative, he always reaches out, like this is so awesome. Now I got it right. But this guy was kind of really triggering to me, which I didn't realize at the time, because he would always call me the most beautiful girl in the world, and like he would say like really intense comments to me about like, you're the reason people get plastic surgery, and I was like, oh my gosh. And a lot of people will think like, I just want someone to compliment me, but the level of compliments that I was receiving was so like unrealistic and 100% focused on my appearance, and it wasn't really anything about who I was, that it like really pushed me inward and made me feel even more insecure in a backwards way, because I knew that I wasn't the most beautiful woman in the world, but now I felt like I had to live up to this expectation. This one was even shorter. It was only 2 months, because I learned now, okay, when this goes wrong, I gotta cut it off. I'm not gonna drag it out for 5 months again. But in those 2 months, I really wanted to be the perfect woman for him. Like I thought, okay, I'm gonna do it better than the last time. I'm just gonna be the perfect woman. So I went even more into my appearance. I started wearing like, you know, tighter outfits and trying to like show myself off more. Always making sure my hair was like clean and beautiful and perfect. Like it was just a ridiculous level of like I'm going to be the ultimately pleasing person for this person. As the relationship fizzled out, this pressure really came to a breaking point, and I realized that I was mad and I was angry at him. When we ended things, it was very hot and cold, which really like messed with my emotions. I think that messes with anyone's emotions, you know, both parties, where it's like, oh, I miss you, let's talk again. And then you like fight, and then you're like, oh, I hate them, whatever. And then it's like, okay, I'm putting down a boundary, I'm not gonna talk to him again. And then you just knock it down, or he knocks it down. Like there's no boundaries, there's no sense of like safety, like it's just so on and off. And that pushed me to my breaking point. Throughout my life, I would say on a random whim, one day I'm gonna shave my head. I don't know why I thought this when I was younger, because I didn't really plan on it, but I was like, wouldn't that be so cool? I wanna just shave my head one day and like bleach it, you know, like a blonde buzz cut or something. But then I would never, ever actually consider it. I thought that probably 3 to 5 times in my life. So I was in LA, fast forward back to being 22, 23 years old now. Broken up, I saw him in LA, and there was a lot of back and forth in this trip that just broke me, and it was right around my birthday, and it was like really upsetting and really emotional, and I was just wiped out. I was done, I was past the edge, and I was on the plane ride home, and I sat there and I started feeling more and more insane. This boiling, like, not even rage, but like insanity, and like I have to do something. I have to do something. And all of a sudden this thought came in my head, and I was like, I want to shave my head. Like for real, I want to shave my head. You know, when like a serious inspiration strikes you and you're like, holy crap, I'm actually going to do this. This crazy energy was coming over me. And I was like, yes, I have to do something, because I was feeling so weak and so out of control and like in a tug of war. And this felt like something that would empower me and make me feel strong, and that I could maybe show myself, oh, you are a strong person, you know? I needed to like see myself differently. Reality set in. I was like, I can't just shave my head. I can't do that. My hair is so long, I can't. But I really want to! Oh, but I can't. So then I was listening to music on my phone, and I was going through like my breakup playlist or whatever, and I looked at my phone to see what time it was, and I saw the artwork. Singer Monica, her face was the artwork really close up, and she had this really cute pixie cut with like some bangs. And I was like, oh, that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm gonna do. I was like, there's the answer, because it's too drastic to go to a buzz cut, but I can like graduate there from this. So I decided on that plane ride home, I was gonna cut off all my hair, empower myself, woo! And then I got home and I was like telling people and like freaking out and being like, oh, I don't know if I can, I don't know. This is so crazy, like, am I really gonna do this? I called a salon, I got a recommendation, and I was like, I want to make an appointment for this Saturday. Remember, I got home on a Tuesday, and I think this was like Thursday or something. I made an appointment. I was like, do you guys have any openings? They're like, yeah, we can get you on Saturday. And I was like, okay. And this video, by the way, is on YouTube of the actual experience of me going from super long to a pixie cut. Put that in the description. That was documented, so you can watch that. So I remember the night before, I was in my parents' house having like, I think we're having my birthday party, and I started getting really emotional, telling everyone like, oh, I'm gonna cut off my hair, and I started to feel less confident. I remember going to the bathroom and just bawling, and I was like, oh my gosh, I can't do this. This is so scary. What am I thinking? Ah, like, I don't know what's gonna happen. I'm so scared. I just like wiped my tears, and I was like, no, you can do this. If it's terrible, you'll never do it again, and your hair will grow back. It will grow back. Your hair grows fast. It's gonna be fine, but you have to do this. Like, you know that you need this, you have to do it. You already made the appointment, let's just do it. Take the plunge. You know when you're going through a breakup and you just kind of feel like you've gone so far and you're so like raw and like your heart is so open that you're kind of just gonna do anything? Yeah, that's where I was at. I came home from my haircut feeling like a brand new person, and I was like, holy crap, what did I just do? I remember everyone was like, oh my gosh, like everyone was shocked. No one really thought that I was going to do this, because again, I was like known for my long hair kind of. It was like a really big deal. Things took a turn though, because I was like, you know, I want to detach from my appearance, you know, I want to try something new. Like I was really excited, but the reaction was so positive to cutting off my hair that I subtly started to go in a new direction of like, okay, now I'm the girl with the short hair, and like, okay, people still think I'm pretty, so actually I can still do this in a new way. I can be the pretty girl who's also kind of fun, but I was still putting way too much emphasis on like being pretty and pleasing. Throughout this journey though, I did get really detached from my hair, so I would like color it different colors and, you know, go shorter and shorter and cutting it, and I kept remembering like, you know, I still want my original goal of like buzzing my head. So I just want to keep going shorter and shorter and getting closer to that. And I would even like buzz the sides. There was a part where I shaved all the sides like with a razor. My barber did it to the skin, and then the top was really short. I felt like I was in like the military or something. Like I was almost to a buzz cut and I was full bald on the sides, but I didn't quite get there. So at some point in 2017, I was like, I really want to shave my head. Like now that I'm here and I have this short hair, I really want to do it. So like throughout the year, I would see a photo of someone with a buzz cut and I'd get really excited. Then I would be like, oh, there's these guys that like me now with short hair, and what if they don't like my buzz cut, you know? I was still trying to please guys, and I was still trying to like, you know, be a pleasing person. I was still living for other people's opinions. But you know, because I was getting so much praise and positive reinforcement, I didn't fully process that. But in August 2017, I hit another breaking point. And I remember we were in Germany for the like video days convention, or I think that's what it's called. It's like a YouTuber convention. I remember laying in my hotel room. I saw another photo of a girl with a buzz cut and it was so cool. And I was like, oh, I really want to do that. Why can't I? And I realized, oh, I'm scared of buzzing my head because I don't want men to reject me, but I'm not dating any of these guys. And that's not a healthy belief. So if I'm already detached from my hair and could just do this as an experiment, I have to do it now. Because if I don't, I'm letting those men control my life and my views of myself and my choices. And I don't think any of them actually really care about me. They're just giving me shallow attention, and that's lame. And I am my own woman. So I texted my barber and I was like, Trey, we're shaving my head. He's like, oh my gosh, like he's always excited to try like fun new stuff. So I flew home. I set up an appointment with him for like a few days after that, and I went in. At this point, I was like, you know, no holds barred. I have no fear. I'm so ready. I think I had the sides of my head were shaved and the top was just like a longer like pink pixie that stood up. I was like, yeah, let's get this bleached hair off of me. Fresh start, let's do it. And sitting in the chair, feeling that like bzzz, I was like, a fresh start. I remember looking in the mirror at the first like strip of hair that was gone, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm bald. It was so liberating. Like I looked in the mirror and I instantly loved the way that it looked. And I got in the car, and afterwards I put on like a really upbeat, like, you know, inspiring song, and I was like, yeah, I'm a woman! Hear me roar! Like I was so inspired. Ironically enough, the very men that I was scared that would reject me for my buzz cut were the ones that were commenting on my photo being like, yeah, this is so cool. Wow, you look amazing. And I was like, ugh, that is so annoying. But it doesn't matter. Because I made the decision to do it and not care what anyone thinks, I also didn't take those comments to heart because I was like, it's not for you. It was actually against you. Thank you for saying that, that's really nice, but it's not for you, you know? This is for me. Unfortunately, I didn't buzz it again after that. I just let it grow out because it was like the winter, and I remember sitting in church, my head was getting really cold, and I was like, I would like some hair because it's only gonna get colder. I did it in September. I would say if you're gonna buzz your head, do it in May because then you can keep buzzing it all summer and then grow it out when it gets cold. September 2017 was one of the most liberated, exciting months I've ever had. I felt so confident. I would go in public with no makeup on and no hair, and I was like, yeah, I can do this. Like, it's like I don't even really look amazing like that, but I feel fine. It's not for you. It's not for you. It's not for anyone. And that's when I fully realized, I was like, me and my appearance and me as a person is not for anyone. I am what I am. So like right now I'm bald and that's me. I remember standing in line to like return something at Walmart with no makeup, no hair, and I was like, there was like 20 people in the line. I was like, I feel so comfortable right now. How is this even possible? A lot of people ask me now, like, would you ever buzz it again? And actually, Christina is telling us all about her like pregnancy journey, and it got me thinking, like, I feel like pregnancy is really hard, and like maybe I'll want to feel tough when I am pregnant, so maybe I'll shave my head again then. Like, that sounds empowering because being pregnant is empowering enough, but it's so tough. Like, I feel like that would help me. But even if it doesn't happen then, I will definitely do it again someday because it was so fun and such a positive experience. Not even because I loved how it looked, but because I loved how I felt doing that for myself. Like, you know what? This isn't gonna please everyone. By the way, some people did look at me weird or like leave nasty comments. I did get hate comments on that, and later I dyed my hair green and stuff, you know. There were certain things that I knew people weren't gonna like, and I was like, yeah, that is okay. It's not for them. Like, it was such a good exercise for me that I would do it again in a heartbeat because it put me in such a good place. So I know that most women will never do this or even consider it, but if you are considering it or ever wanted to, I really recommend it. Not because it's gonna make you look amazing, because it might not even flatter you, right? A buzz cut is not for everyone. But if you are feeling confident enough to do it, or feeling like you really want to, and you can get to that mindset of like, it's not for anyone else, and just get there and live it and love it, you are going to have such a healthier view of yourself and you will be changed. It's not the haircut, it's like the mindset and the commitment. I wish everyone could feel that way at some point in their life, and maybe they get there in another way. Just the feeling of being a bald woman, there's nothing like it. I feel like throughout this process, when I first cut off all my hair, I was like, oh, girls with long hair, they're so insecure, because that's how I was, you know? I couldn't really understand it being anything else because I never experienced that. But through my journey of doing all the different colors and styles and everything, and now having it longer again, it's just really given me a different view of hair, and I hope that you guys can learn something from me too, how your hair doesn't define you. If you want to do fun stuff with it or leave it completely natural, like, do it for you. It's not for anyone else. If you're even doing fun haircuts and short haircuts because you want other people to like it, that's still not cool. It's not good for you. It's gonna hurt you in the end. My advice is just really try to remember that your hair is on your body and it's your appearance, and if you like it and you feel good about it, that's all that matters. Every hairstyle is beautiful, and rock it with confidence. So that is the story of my hair journey. Thank you guys so much for watching. If there's anything else you want to hear about from me, let me know in the comments, and make sure to subscribe to our channel. We do lots of covers and music and other things, and we tell other stories too. Love you guys. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.